Okay, crash number 2. I'm starting to believe that there is some kind of issue. By the way, my CPU is still very high. Like, why is it so high? Must be OBS. But still, I don't know what's keep going on. Did Twitch still kept my... Okay, no, this time it got broken, which is a little bit disappointing. They keep crashing and I don't know why. Don't know which one of those is crashing me. It looks like when this starts, perhaps it is Redis. Tell you what, if I crash again, I don't know if it was if I crash again. I don't want to crash again. Also because it takes some time to get everything started, and that's very annoying. Oops. We have to go to Kahoot Go. Okay. And that splits us like that. Server. Server. Oh, that's good. What's this? Oh, it's the logo. Neat. And tailwind and air. I said air. Okay. So going back to this, I would probably have to monitor. Can I htop? Should take a look at my journal, however. She won't really show me anything amazing because something is going at 100% of CPU. Now, I believe that the CU might not be the most smart solution, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Okay, in the meanest of the times. So we would have Tommy written out and we would post it once. So whatever, Tommy gets posted. And Redis obviously doesn't have anything. So we set it to 0. Now at this point, Redis does have something. So Tommy, go. Wait, so this worked. I'm crashing. %. Why am I 93%? I'm starting to believe that I'm crashing due to Redis. I'm under this impression. Am I doing something weird? Like, am I looping something that is nuking my CPU? It doesn't look like it. This should be only done once. Okay, let's first off Pacman sync htop. The problem with diagnosing this is that well, my OBS is using a lot of CPU, but that's be expected. Probably if I start again, I will crash again, 100%. Unless this gets overly written, but I believe that the for loop, we have an infinite for loop even over here. Yes, we do. So this looks still okay. I'm afraid to crash again. We can also, to test that it is this, we can also just click, wait, kill. So if it is Redis, it shouldn't kill me at this moment. And we Redis clear set and answers to 0. Answers to 0. Okay. Once again. It looks like Firefox is getting crazy. It's a Firefox issue. Yes, aux, Firefox. Today is wild. So if my hunch that this is a Firefox problem is real, then we could reliably just use this. At this point, I can just go full balls and see if it is the server type. CPU is high, but we're not crashing. So looks like fine. Is it getting higher? What if I kill my server? Does that fix the issue? At 60%. Okay, so there is some problem somewhere. This wouldn't bring it up at 60, right? Okay, let's imagine that this is working, and assuming that one, oh yeah, right now I'm posting straight up to my connection, my game connection. Wouldn't I? Is it a big issue that I'm having two sockets open? Is it this that makes me crash? 74. There might be going on some loop about these connections. Let's test my hypothesis and let's remove this Can a client have two sockets connection open? You can have the same socket for both. How about now? Okay, looks like that was a incorrect. Was an incorrect idea. Okay, and this posts, but it posts dick. Why? Wouldn't Hajix post? I believe the target is for swiping, isn't it? Hajix target. Ah, it would allow you different element for swapping. Handles events, select, specifies the target, specifies the event that triggers the request. By the way, I can move back to this over here, and we can select our Tommy, and we can send it. And looks like the send will post, that it won't post what I needed to post. Which needless to say, it is infuriating. But like, why? How do I check this issues a post? This issues a target. This means that I have to have a form. Like somewhere. We can GPT this. I think that GPT was born for this. Why is my input not getting sent? Solution 2 HX include. If you don't want to wrap it up form, you can tell it to include the hidden manually. Okay, this looks like good. Looks like something I would want to. So I think the most important information that this is a socket. Second most important information is that this is posting. And then we are going to just post it out. Let's see. Name Tony. Answer 1, Bobby. Okay, that's good. Suppose we swap this name. Suppose we say questions. Actually, no, the socket is correct in the sense that that's how we want it to be. Because now, if we say if result but now we will make it in a dumb way, then we'll think about it. But if result that answer 1, which is the one that we're sending, yes, not nil, then we can print the result, which will be able to clean out my issues. Yeah. Okay. And at that point, I believe that we are okay. We are probably not loading. Yes. Yet we are not loading it yet. But at that point, we can use this same format. Let's say we put it 1. Instead of connection, we will use, what was it called? Answered connection, and we send this over there. And we Tommy and we click, and this is not changing. Everything is fucked. What's the deal? Is that so? Invite memory address or nil pointer the reference. It's because nobody is connecting there. My finest. My intuition tells me it should be something like this. Questions. This is still a player connection. Okay, there it is. Game connection. Player connection. I sensed a crash. Shouldn't be more than one voice connection over here. So we would be safe. Wouldn't we? Okay. So there's the game. There's the player. There's the Tommy. Send it out. Still, it's not. Panic. HTTP panic serving concurrent writes WebSocket connection. What do you mean concurrent write? I'm writing in a different. Well, to be fair, to be fair, this guy doesn't need to exist. So that will probably ease up his mind a little. And okay, so there's the game connection, there's the player connection. Then we player up and we see, there it is. Perfect. But instead of me writing it down like a name, which at this point it makes me believe that I can. I'm already speaking to. Well, no, yeah, this is only a listener. Okay, and at this point, instead of writing a number, a random number like 1, wait a note. Instead of going random like that, okay, this one should be written from Redis. So we would answer it, we would read it, write it. We read from Redis, +1 it, save it and write it. Should be textbook greatness. And at the same time, that is simply a function. So func save and answer takes nothing, returns nothing. Actually takes the client. Yeah, the Redis client. RDB Redis. So thanks to my Redis client, I'm just simply gonna RDB dot get, and my get would need to take my clock that's saying me to get up and move. He should get up and shut the fuck up. And we're still live without an issue for Pipewire, which was great. Okay, so we're getting, I can't for the love of God remember, or I should be reading the, okay, so the context, which would have the background one, and the key, which would be an unanswered. We already wrote it, okay. And this would be a dot result, which would result in count and error being blah 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 equal. Obviously we'd have the error nil, which would be reading an unanswered. Now we've wrote the count, which again shouldn't be count, but should be, can call it as a temp, because this guy is a temp, right? Because we want to convert it with an toy. Actually to integer, yes. count r equals string conv a toy of tmp. Converting and answered. Then count is plus plus. Finally, the count plus plus should be written down and returned. So rdb.set. What's it? Context, key, and value. Will this key get used? No. Whatever. Yank. Okay, I don't want to ever write. I am gonna use my own advice and not do shit like this. All right, we need also to put the expiration date. If I remember correctly, this can have an error. Okay. Writing. Return count. PNA. Okay, whatever. For now, we will not return shit. Okay. And that function will go over here. RDB. So that goes for 2. That goes for 3. Poggers. Looks right. Looks like I'm not crashing. Amazing. I think this is a great place. I think this is a great place to dump RDB. What? Great place to do a commit. Ready. Counter implemented. The only thing that I got super crazy about is sharing the state. Like my handler is setting the state as a global. Like that's the only thing that I think makes it look a little shitty. Ah, which by the way, this answer now has a useless type, so let's fix this really quick. And we don't need this. Count is unused, you are correct. We assume that it's there with a 0. So we don't even need a redis client there. We don't even need to check anything here. The function gets greatly. And this should be working pretty much the same. And by the way, this state now is basically permanent, which is what really Redis is about. Every time the last game that I didn't use a database, I usually reset everything, and that wasn't nice. Now the reset will be driven by the game. So every time that I move on to the next question, this is the point in which we should be resetting. So that's about cool. How long are we? Because I'm getting, first off, I'm a little bit tired. Second off, I don't know what the next, like the next move is definitely fixing this idea, because this is like answer one, right? Like the answer one dilemma. Okay, we should check every single answer, which looks, oh, my light is flickering. So the answer one dilemma, because right now dude, did my light, god damn it. Guess my light went out. You shouldn't be, yeah, you don't see shit. That light, it was bought like 3 months ago. That's kind of shitty. They have a new one. But whatever, for today we will do it like this. Hardware skill issue. Back to having half the face worked up. Okay, the only the only disappointing part in this code is that I have to check every singular answer. Because if every answer because then for the state part I need to make this guy become like, yes, I'm writing this down, that's okay. So I'm doing this and that's fine. But we also want to make this gray, as in clicked. So the next challenge is I mean, wouldn't say that it necessarily is a challenge, because the class is Kahoot. So we can swap itself. And then I can socket fix. Right, because we are listening. We're listening to socket. So socket can reset my UI. So yeah, every questions my UI will rotate to default, because at the end of the day I still need to render the single questions. But every time that I click, I'm rotating this one. So this guy writes it down like that. But what I want to do is take this guy over here as HTML again, and so far then everything will be moved in a sunner way, and make this become BG gray 100 supposedly. Check that in style the BG gray 100 is being registered. It is. And then we will write the same exact thing, but we will use our connection. Tommy hit. I believe this won't work because it won't have an ID. So the ID is ans1. And ID is ans1. And let's take a look at my index. How does this fares well? So HXX question ID. Oh yes, the swap. And the swap in this case would be outer HTMX, or the default. Can you stop? And the default would be HTMX WebSocket. I believe the default would be let's make it outer. Okay. Okay. Okay, speaking of this, I'm sending stuff. So let's add a little bit my good old debugging tool, which would be like hx, the hs extension debug, this one over here. Tommy and it. After before, okay, we are not swapping the egg. Don't even need to reset that. Okay, that won't. Like, am I tripping, bro? So this have an ID and a swap. The only difference is that it won't necessarily. Okay, I can remove this debug. Doesn't look like I'm tripping to me. Like the only other way is having an enclosing class. That enclosing class will swap it out. So this would help me down, would help me nail it a little bit down. Yeah, I believe I have to try that. So no, that wasn't it. Also feels dumber. And it isn't even on the inner side. That's the big deal. Like one thing that I should be checking is, am I even here? We are here. So we are presumably sending this back. Presumably. Okay, and we are also doing a lot of that. But again, looks like my Once more, it looks like my swapping isn't happening. So it's the ob that wouldn't happen. There's some side that I'm missing. I have the idea and the hope. Let's try with something else inside here. Let's make try with the answer. So id is ans swapped out the inner. Take this out and put it here. And wipe it out like that. Still no op. Am I writing? Yeah, writing here. Uh, does it have to be a div? Is that what I'm hearing? I'm gonna shoot myself, it has to be a div. No, but that one wasn't a div. Yeah, also wouldn't make really any sense. Oh, we have the, oh wait. Lol. Because that, even if it worked, didn't change anything. Sometimes my genius is frightening. Because of course I wouldn't dare and see any wait, what? Am I inside a form? Why is it flashing back to my stuff? Is there a form somewhere? Well, this is a different problem. But for like briefest of flashes, I see it change. And that would now become, remember, it's gray 100. Yeah, so it is happening. This obviously doesn't need to change. What is happening? Who is returning it back again? HTMX load. Something is reloading my entire page. Well, I'm happy that the OOB is happening. I would have to take a look at. So the swap is happening and it's getting swapped back. By whom? Okay, this is interesting. This HTMX, well, not head, but layer menu. So there's a form. Am I saving double the times the form? I was led to believe that the form gets nuked. And it does get nuked. Then why does it feel like my form is still in there? Wait a second. Wait a second. I see. I'm dumb. If is answer, if is name. This happens only if it's name. Monsieur, je suis dumb as fuck. There it is. Okay, as of today, this green is terrible. Gray 500. Let's make it graysure. Okay, 500 is a bit much. My background. Did I grow? Okay, I can remove Groovebox temporarily so I can see it out. No Groovebox for me. Excuse me, sir. Why are you white? Am I dark reading it? No. Well, okay, this is selected. Whatever. This is happening in a timely and correctly manner. So the answers are getting done. Next session, we were supposed to save whichever the player is staying at the moment. So the current, let me write it down somewhere like over here. So write down what the player is answering after the timeout. The game socket will reset the answered and write down the points, the score. Okay, the game socket will reset the answer, write the score, and okay, that's about it. So the points also will clear the current answer and reset the gray. Which means that I have to keep track also of every single socket. Yeah, the state thing is getting annoying day by day, but that's okay. We will then. I don't know what the dump is even. Be precise. Redis dump. Snapshotting. By default, Redis snapshot in disk to buy a file called dump. You can configure it, save it dataset every n seconds. Okay. Then we can just check if not lagging, everything is implemented, and this would mean button pressed implemented. Okay. If there's somebody in here, which I do not know, there's one, we could probably do a small raid and get going. So same category. And this is Russian, would be same language, English. Okay, so there's the guy. Hey, I know this guy. So we issuing a rate to my man, and once the rate is done, we can drop it and say bye. Okay, the rate is gone. See ya.